G'day and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing our singles ranked ladder climb, but we have a Fable5 Claude Mythos team generated, feeding in as much data as I could. This is the team it decided was statistically correct words to say. So the plan for this video is to test and see how it actually performs in and on the actual ladder. It's got some cool tips and tricks for sure, so keen to see how it plays out. We have our first opponent and a black screen apparently, while it takes a little bit longer than usual to render. They are Charizard, and it could be Charizard X. They have Garchomp. They have our infamous Archeludon from last episode. So we've got our own Hippowdon now, and we are likely to start leading with it, especially in this scenario. It's pretty good. It covers full Archeludon lead. It allows us to set up Stealth Rock to ruin Charizard, but we'll just have to be mindful of their Electros. We do also only have one Mega on the team, which is Gengar, so I imagine a lot of the selections going forth are going to be Hippowdon and Gengar. Obviously we could alternatively get Corviknight in, but given they've got Charizard, we're best off going with our Hippowdon. Then I think Garchomp covers most, if not the rest. We've got King Gambit here. Just mindful, they're probably going to be the Electros, so I don't really want to bring Primarina or Corviknight. I'm pretty keen to bring the Garchomp over those two, purely based. We've kind of got Charizard covered, so I don't want to leave a big gaping hole to our electricity weakness. But in the same token, we've got Hippowdon and Garchomp on the team, which is good, because we get some benefits of the special defense benefits from sand, like it pays off here. So they did lead the Archeludon, and we have been absolutely tripped up in the past by Archeludon. So let's see what a Hippowdon can do. I'm keen to maybe put some pressure on, but also Stealth Rock. So let's just take it easy turn one and set up Stealth Rock. They're going to pivot, and change the weather. Fair enough. So we lose our special defense bonus, and we are weak to ice. So a blizzard is coming out, and we need to be prepared. What solutions do we have to blizzard? Obviously, swapping to Gengar's a bad choice, but swapping to Garchomp would be even worse. If we stay in, I reckon we switch to Gengar. We did change the Gengar spreads, so Gengar might go down here, but they're going to Aurora Veil, which gives us a bit of time to put a bit of pressure on them, I guess, because we did switch there, so we can Sludge Wave. And unless they're Focus Sashed, yeah, although it doesn't matter if they're Focus Sashed because they are Aurora Veiled and they're probably not getting OHKO, and this Sludge Wave is not going to be doing a huge amount. But we have some options with our Mega Gengar because they're locked in now to Archeludon. So I guess it was good that they switched. But let's see what they're going to go with. I don't think a Draco Meteor or a Thunderbolt, unless they maybe set up Stealth Rocks of their own. So I reckon we Shadow Ball, scout out what they're going to do, and maybe just take the Archeludon down. I mean, we could just switch into our Garchomp here, but they could literally do the same thing. So it'll be interesting to see what they do, because we haven't seen anything out of this Archeliodon yet. They turn 1 switched into Ninetales, so it is specially defensive. I mean, we do get the special defense drop. They do go for a flash cannon, so that's big damage. This is our opportunity to Destiny Bond them or disable them. If they go for another flash cannon, we can disable it, but if they change to a different move, we're a bit out of luck. So let's Destiny Bond on the hope they just spam the same move. On the hope we were spamming the same move, then they would have picked flash cannon. So yeah, we could have disabled then, but at least we'll take down Archeliodon. Now they'll have a choice whether they go back into Ninetales here. Well, the snow's stopped, so there's every likelihood they go back into... Because what else? Nothing else in their team would have a Focus Sash. So it has to be the Ninetales. Our speed is slower, so we're likely to keep... let's do it. We've got some options depending on what they do if we go Hippowdon. So they went Electros, which is what we expected, because we weren't expecting them to bring Charizard. So obviously that doesn't work, so we're just going to have to Whirlwind and force them into the weather. But what does the Electros do here? If it's usually like Coil and Super Slam. Okay, so it is going to Coil. So the Whirlwind here is useful. It will force them into Ninetales, which will change the weather, which puts us at a bit of a disadvantage. We can't lock into Earthquake. We're going to have to lock into... Oh, that did a bit of damage. Will they Blizzard us? That's the question. Because I don't think we can swap here. We've already got... we can actually Earthquake and try and do a bit more damage to the Ninetales. Otherwise we're on Garchomp, locking into Stone Edge, which is risky business. So I reckon we Earthquake. They might Blizzard here, or they Freeze Dry. Okay, well we lived that. So we'll at least get a bit of offensive pressure on with an Earthquake. Or not. We are very defensive. We're all defense and all hit points. But we are back over half, so a Freeze Dry won't kill us. So we can use this opportunity to slack off and heal. Because I'm not expecting this to KO us, but it does. So they just got a higher damage roll this time than they did last time. So we can't look into Outrage. We can't look into Dragon Claw. We can't look into Earthquake. There is one thing we can lock into and hope it is gonna give us the win. It's a 1 in 5 chance that it misses, and of course it misses. Why would it hit? Yeah, Stone Edge is just going to cost us the game either way. If we didn't hit that turn, we also needed to hit next turn, and for some reason on this channel I do not have luck with 80% accurate moves. We have missed more Sleep Powders than we've hit, which is the opposite of 75%. And that will seem to continue with our Stone Edge. But otherwise, we probably sacrificed our Gengar a little bit too frivolously. Obviously, we could have gambled on the Disable for the Flash Cannon, which would have worked out a bit better for us. Although then they would have just changed move next turn and picked up the KO either way. But we're on to our next opponent. I think in all scenarios here, Garchomp is the best lead, except for the Primarina. So, in that case, maybe actually Hippowdon. But then they are more likely to lead Primarina, and they have locked in super quick. So I think they've identified that Primarina has quite the offensive coverage here. So the only way to counter that is if we lead Gengar and then Garchomp in the back. That covers a fair amount of the others. And then maybe King Gambit for the late game. King Gambit gives us Mimikyu and Metagross and a few others. So that's the plan. It's just a straight 1, 2, 3. They are youngster with very starry eyes. Okay, so they decided to lead with Hydreigon though, which is bad for us because we obviously could have ran Focus Blast, but I think in this scenario they Dark Move us, right? Because that's obviously what you would do. So if we switch to King Gambit here, or even higher Garchomp, that allows us to fire back if they're choiced. I think King Gambit, because if they are choice scarfed, which some Hydreigons are, and they lock into Dark Pulse, thinking they can outspeed our Gengar, this is not going to do a lot of damage to King Gambit. They're locked into Dark Pulse now, and that gives us our opportunity to Swords Dance. So they are just going to sit there and spam Dark Pulse. But we've survived 2, we can survive another 2, unless they crit. But I don't know why I say these things. And we could probably even go again if we're going to survive another one. So they're locked into Dark Pulse. We will do another, because they're obviously choiced, not Focus Sashed. Unless for some reason they've decided just to keep spamming Dark Pulse and absolutely have clued us. But if we survive this, we're now at +4. This Iron Head should cleanly, and it does. And now we can Sucker Punch our way to victory, unless they've got an answer for that, which would be surprising. Mimikyu, I guess, would be the answer to this, because we can't do more than one. But it's Garchomp, so we're not expected to outspeed Garchomp, but we will Sucker Punch it. And I guess the Rough Skin might take us out as well. But again, +4. Oh, not even a +4 can take out the Garchomp, but that's okay. They've looked into Earthquake. And if their Hydreigon was choice scarfed, then their Garchomp isn't, is the theory. So we could, unless they've got Fairy. Well, I guess no. No, that makes sense. I was thinking obviously if we bring out Garchomp, we can lock into Outrage and do some crazy stuff, but Garchomp's only at 26%. We outspeed here with the Choice Scarf, and then if they swap to Primarina or Mimikyu, we'll have the advantage. But they just let us Earthquake, so we'll pick up the KO here. No Rough Skin for us, because Earthquake is not a contact move. And they've got Metagross in the back. That is terribly unfortunate for them. Yeah. So we just Earthquake again, and then if for some reason they survive, then we've got Gengar, which outspeeds Mega Metagross. But there's only like Psychic Fangs and the Meteor Mash and a Bullet Press that they can really do to us, so... Oh, they survive. Can they KO us in return? They have their own Earthquake. That is not Stab. So, there we go. We'll pick up the KO here, even on a Bullet Punch. No, not enough. And the Rough Skin in and of itself takes them out, so... Clean. Clinical. I got rid of them. GG, starry-eyed glasses person. Youngster. So yeah, the swap to King Gambit then, they got punished a little bit. I mean, not really. I mean, well, yeah, they lost basically Garchomp and Hydreigon to King Gambit alone because they just sat there spamming Dark Pulse. So they were certainly punished. But we are on to our next opponent. And it is more Garchomp. Another Ninetales. A Mega Delphox, a Mega Glamora, or just a normal Glamora. It could be either. They've got Clefable, that's packing flamethrower these days, and a King Gambit. So I'm expecting we're going to be encountering their King Gambit, because we obviously have Gengar. It's a question whether they lead. I don't think they're going to lead King Gambit. I think they're going to lead maybe Glamora, maybe Ninetales. Then we're going to need something. We don't have anything on that. I think we're best off bringing our own King Gambit. And again, just doing another 1, 2, 3. I think Hepowden here. Yeah. Although, I think Corviknight Body Press gives us a better coverage of their King Gambit, which I'm genuinely sure they will bring at some point. Because it certainly makes sense if you know, we're revealing Mega Gengar. They are on a 2-win streak and a Meganium Admirer. But it is a Garchomp v Garchomp. So expecting a potential outrage here from them if they just want to go full hog. And this is why we have our Corviknight. Really? Because I'm not willing to overly gamble my Garchomp turn 1. They could lock into Earthquake, and this could be a tremendous play, but we both have similar decisions. Also, it revealed I either won that, or they may not be max. I don't know. Do I Iron Defense here? We're just facing Freeze Dries and Blizzards. I think so. Yeah, they can get up their Aura Veil. So whilst they're doing Aura Veil, we'll do our Iron Defense. So that'll double our defense, which makes our Body Press hit pretty hard. They are neutral for the Body Press, so it should give us good results. So we can Body Press now. They Encore us. That is some different tech for an Ninetales. So we'll be stuck doing Iron Defense for a few more turns. I don't think we really have a safe switch right now. Question is, because they're going to Freeze Dry or Blizzard, what do we do? I think we abort that idea and go for Gengar. Oh, okay. Right. They're going back to Delphox as we go to Gengar. So we would have been really punished then if we'd had stayed in. But we decided to pivot out. And now we should be faster and we should do significantly big damage to their Delphox. They could switch into their Garchomp or their Ninetales, and either way, I think Shadow Ball is going to do big damage. Because I'm pretty sure we outspeed. Unless this is a Focus Sash Delphox, then we have made a grave error. Is it? It's okay. It's Mega Evolving. All right. It's I mean, we are max speed, max damage. So theoretically, we do get our Shadow Ball off first. It is not enough to KO. We only do... Oh, because they've got Aura Veil. Ah, that's buggered us. I should have Destiny Bonded. That was my error. Right. Snow stopped, so Aurorvale shouldn't be too far behind. We can't look into Outrage. We can't look into Earthquake. We are, once again, locked into Stone Edge. Because obviously, yeah, I'm not going to bring Corviknight out in this scenario. So we are back to Garchomp, and we are back to roll on the dice. Mega Delphox's ability is Levitate. So even though Earthquake said it's good to go, it is not good to go. So the snow comes back, and now we are 2 for 2, Stone Edge missing. So you tell me how that's 80%. I don't know. But we do finally connect with the Stone Edge, and it's not enough to clean up, even at max attack, even as a crit through Aurorvale. And this should OHKO us easily, and then we've lost all advantage purely that one turn. Although, even if I had Destiny Bonded instead... Okay, so we do have to watch the encore here, so we will just go straight for a body press, I think. So even if I Destiny Bonded against the... Okay, not enough. Against the Mega Delphox, I guess it would have allowed our Corviknight to clean up, but even that through Aurorvale is just not enough. Oh, it's 8 turns of Aurorvale as well. So I can see why Ninetales and Light Clay is very popular. We do get the KO, but they're now very likely to just swap into their Delphox and OHKO us. It is most unfortunate because, yeah, against the Garchomp, would we have fared any better? I don't know. I don't expect us to be faster. So yeah, they just get the Flamethrower in, and that's enough to KO Corviknight. So, well, actually, I think Corviknight wins against Garchomp. So I think if I Destiny Bonded against the Delphox then, it would have been Corviknight v Garchomp, and we would have been able to manage that a lot easier, I think. So that's piloting error for sure. I'm going to try and remember all of these field effects. There's no visual indicator, unfortunately, but maybe I just need a mental note whenever I see Ninetales. Aurorvale is sure to follow. We have our next matchup, and it is more Garchomp, but they have Sylveon, Metagross. I think in this scenario we definitely Hippowdon, we definitely Gengar, and we definitely Garchomp. I don't think there's too much about that. The King Gambit would be good here, but we need too many other things, unfortunately. We need the Stealth Rock to cover the Charizard. They are a Garchomp admirer. So let's see if they lead Garchomp. They lead Archelidon. So the Hippowdon choice is okay here. So I think let's set up our Stealth Rock. And they're also setting up Stealth Rock. So it's a solid turn 1 for both of us. Although their Roar is going to be faster than ours. So assuming they're running Roar or Dragon Tail, they'll force us to swap, and we'll lose that. But we are dragged out. Are they going to Dragon Tail us again? I reckon we disable it. Let's gamble. I mean, I could switch again. They could Dragon Tail again. Let's just try and get ahead and disable their Dragon Tail. They're now locked in. They can't go anywhere, and they can no longer Dragon Tail us. So they've got Stealth Rock, Dragon Tail, maybe Draco Meteor. So is a Draco Meteor going to take us out from 104? maybe? Should we just Destiny Bond? I think we Destiny Bond. I can't afford to lose them on and have nothing to show for it. So they're going to Metal Burst, but they don't have half the life. Oh no, they do, but it didn't work. Why didn't Metal Burst work? What did Metal Burst need to work? I don't know. We've still got Destiny Bound up, so we'll just Shadow Ball. Oh, that's big damage. What do they do now? Metal Burst. Okay, so now they can Metal Burst? Oh, maybe because we didn't do any damage. But did we Destiny Bond still, or is that gone? No, I think we lost Destiny Bond as soon as we attacked. So we could have kept Destiny Bonding and they would have kept Metal Bursting, unless we disabled it. Maybe that's what we should do next time. But I've not wholesomely encountered a Metal Burst. So I'll kill it on Protecting. So we got Protect, Metal Burst, Stealth Rock, and Dragon Tail. And their Dragon Tail is disabled for another turn. They get some leftovers, and now they can start Dragon Tailing again. So, piloting error once again. It's the human element in all of this that brings performance down, but it's all learning. Because yeah, they get a defense boost. They'll do big damage to us. They'll force us into Hippowdon. Although the rough skin has paid dividends then, so that could work. And we get our special defense boost back from the sand. So maybe we can turn this around. We even get leftovers. That's alright. Because we were forced in mid-turn. Okay, so they've got Sylveon. Takes a bit of damage. Let's scout what their last Pokemon is so that we can make an informed decision about what we do. Goodbye, Sylveon. Hello, Metagross. Okay, so Metagross will take a 6% of damage. They could very likely go back into the Sylveon here, but they could just Earthquake as well. We are Impish max defense, so maybe we can survive a Psychic Fangs. I don't know, but if we don't, then Garchomp's in and we just Earthquake. But they're going to Meteor Mash, which has a chance to miss. Nah, they do KO us. So yeah, we're hoping now Garchomp can do some work. So yeah, we try and Earthquake Metagross. I don't know if this KOs. It does not. Most unfortunate. So again, let down by piloting Destiny Bond. So yeah, another piloting error loss for that one. So just got to keep spamming Destiny Bond. It's a one. I've never used Destiny Bond before. It's a one-turn move apparently. You put it on. If it doesn't work, then it falls off, even if it says it's on. So where are we now? It's not even showing our other stat. It just shows our rating. I wonder if that's just how far we've fallen. But we've got time for heaps more. So let us see where the ladder takes us. Our next opponent, Blazing Volt. What kind of team do they have? A very similar team to the last team we just versed. And again, I think Hippowdon is a good lead here. They've got Mega Charizard and Mega Metagross, so Hippowdon's good, Garchomp is good, and we obviously bring Gengar, except the Meowscarada is scary. what do we have for the Meowscarada? Is that where Corviknight comes in? Do we not bring Garchomp? I think Garchomp's a sound choice here. Okay, that might be a way. If we... maybe we Destiny Bond the Meowscarada. I don't know. Super Rookie Blazing Volt. Good luck and have fun. Oh, it's a turn 1 Meowscarada. So they are going to straight Flower Trick us, for sure. Which puts them into grass, which gives our Gengar a huge advantage. I think we're not expecting them to... yeah, let's try and catch them using Flower Trick. It's turn 1 against Hippowdon. We could have stayed in and done some, you know, stealth rocky stuff, but now they're grass and they're kind of forced to switch. And yeah, we take a bit of damage, but they're not likely to... you know, they take a bit of chip, we take a bit of chip. They could just stay in and try and take us out, which is where the Sludge Wave comes in. But they could also swap to Archeludon. If they do that, why would they do that? If they do that, I think if they do that, we can still recover. So they do. So Metagross, Archeludon. So they did what I thought they were going to do. So now we have to think of another way to... no. We've forced them out of Meowscarada. We've tested them. We're taking sand. I think we have to go back to Hippowdon here. We need to save our Gengar for the Meowscarada. Because Meowscarada beats Hippowdon. So this is them setting up Stealth Rock. So unless they're going to start roaring us, then we're going to be in a really bad position here. If we get Dragon-tailed... no, we do not get Dragon-tailed. They take this opportunity to go back into Meowscarada, which puts them in an interesting position. Because they could Flower Trick here. And on the assumption that we don't switch to Gengar. But we did switch to Gengar last time. So there's every opportunity for them to go Dark or Night Slash this time. They went Triple Axle to try and cover both, I guess. But we slid this. Excellent. Okay, so they went, yeah, Triple Axle this time instead of Flower Trick. So they're developing as this encounter grows. But they didn't roar on the Archeludon. They also have leftovers, and they're obviously faster than us. Don't know. Draco Meteor, we're out of sand. This might actually just KO us, and it does. They lose special attack. We haven't done a lot of scouting yet, which is also really bad. And their Archeludon's at full life. We've seen Stealth Rock and Draco Meteor from it. Stealth Rock. Yeah, that's not ideal. So they just used Draco Meteor. We're not threatened by Stealth Rock. So we can disable the Draco Meteor and force them to use something else. And they had Earthquake. Alright. Yeah, once again, piloting error. Again, but the Archeludon very rarely runs Earthquake. So that certainly caught me out. Even if we took out the... so what can I look into here? I think I have to look into Outrage. They've got probably a fairy. Yeah, I don't think we're coming out of this one alive. Archeludon has tripped us up significantly with their random earthquake. There are too many variations of Archeludon for my liking. So we're going to have to add Archeludon scouting to the list of things that we need to look for. This is... Oh, okay, so they've got Charizard. Cool. We just leave now, because we're locked into Earthquake. So I'm glad they showed us that, so we didn't have to drag out me trying to Earthquake against their Meowscarada. Earthquake was a bit of a gamble. I could have done Outrage. I don't know if that would have sealed the deal. I mean, the Charizard coming in, we would have outsped. Outrage would have connected. Alright, maybe we need to think about that. I kind of threw the game in the bin. We're just making too many errors at the moment, so I'll try and lock in. Gengar's very difficult to play. But we have our next opponent, and we've got Corviknight, but no fire. So this is going to be a bit of a tricky encounter to maneuver. I think we lead with Corviknight. We're going to need our... Yeah, we're going to need Primarina. And we'll take Gengar. And we'll hope for the best. Primarina gives us some coverage, but the fact that we are not fast Primarina means we probably lose to Meowscarada. So they've led with Meowscarada. That's okay. We're not overly threatened by Flower Trick or their Triple Axle. So we should be able to set up an Iron Defense here quite cleanly. And they're taking the opportunity to get out and bring in Mimikyu on the assumption we do not have Iron Head, which we don't. We got Brave Bird. So we're going to have to use that. It's not going to do big damage, but it will at least break the disguise. And we've got the defense to counter their attack. It's just whether or not they crit determines whether the defense even matters. But if they've got Mimikyu, they're likely to play rough. No, they're likely to use a ghost move, right? But they have Swords Dance, and if we Gengar, that's a Death Wish, I think. So they're going to Swords Dance, we're going to Iron Defense. They are faster than us. We have broken their disguise. We are 4 for their 4. They could go again. And if they do, no, they're going to go for it. Yeah. They're also Life Orb, so that gives them a bit of a time limit. So we should be now at 6. And the only thing we are weak to now is a crit. We also have Roost. I think we might Roost. They're going to leave, so there goes all the Swords Dance. So now we're also +6 a Body Press, so this should actually be okay. They get their Iron Defense off first, so I don't know if that's a speed tie and then min speed, or they have some speed investment. But we're apparently going to do this dance, which is a horrendous dance. So maybe fast forward through the Corviknight Iron Defense spam. But again, we're just waiting for a crit to come out as well. We're already set up more than them, so we've already gone down to half, but one Roost and it all goes away. So this is potentially where Gengar could be useful. So we will keep on the offense. that keeps doing less and less damage each time they get an iron defense up. And they also have roost. So how do we navigate out of this without just sitting here in an absolute stalemate? Because they're now at either +4 or +6. And we're just fishing for a crit, because that is, yeah, doing less and less. Although they're leftovers, so they get a little bit more heal than us. But yeah, so we're 4 and 4. 6 and 6, sorry. Oh, we are actually speed tying with them, so they're also min speed. But no one's doing any damage, which is absolutely hilarious. So they'll go for a roost here. Yeah, and they beat us this time. But we might beat them next time. It's a 50-50. Oh, that's good damage. That wasn't a crit. How was that not a crit? I don't know. We've got 6 left. Yeah, I don't know how the first one did as much damage as it did. They're gonna body press us. And, I mean, we're not at half yet. They're not doing over half damage. This is so silly. We've got 5 more to go. Bop. And we will respond in kind. And then I would expect us both to roost. Maybe they don't need to roost. They might roost in a couple more turns. But I will take an opportunity to roost. Get back all of our hit points whilst they slowly body press us. See, that's like big damage on the initial, and then it stops being big damage. It's so weird. I don't know if that's a bug. So we will body press. Oh, they get a body press off before us. See, that's like tiny damage. Excellent. They get a bit of leftovers. We've only got 3 body presses left, but we will roost. We're almost back on full. Okay, so at full, that took 64 points of damage. Is that just a max roll? I don't know. So we will continue. Apparently we continue until we struggle. Although they are body pressing us, this is a free switch in for Gengar. So something to keep in mind. Body press. We need to pick the opportune time to do it, because if we do it on a roost, that's bad. And they're probably close to wanting to roost. So let's catch them after a roost. We will body press. Not do a lot of damage. They've roosted. Okay, so this should take them back up close to full. And this is when we need to pivot. I'm hoping they body press. Maybe that didn't need to go on for as long as it did. I'm sorry. Not sorry. So yeah, obviously not going to disable the body press, and all that's left now is them brave birding. So their defense is through the wazoo, but they can't body press to take advantage of it. So we will go back to shadow balling, and that should do decent damage against Corviknight, who is very physically built. And if they Brave Bird or Iron Head here, we should be able to disable that, because they can't leave now. They are locked in. Well, that's decent damage. So they're roost. So we will disable that. So they can stop healing. And then, so roost, body press, an Iron Defense. We will see what their fourth move is. It could be Brave Bird. Oh, it's U-turn. Solid fourth move that has enabled them to leave. So maybe that's the tech instead of shed skin on the item. Now, the question here is the Mimikyu's disguise is broken. So we just click this button and it KOs the Mimikyu. Yes. Cool. So glad we've broken that earlier. So now we see the Meowscarada. And we brought the... Wow, is this where we started? So they're probably going to Dark Pulse here. Or what do they do here? What do we need? I don't think we need the Primarina anymore. If they've just got Corviknight, we need the Gengar, obviously, to take out the Corviknight. But Primarina here is not doing too much. They've gone for Knockoff, which is obviously not very effective. Except got rid of our Citrus Berry. But wait, was that Protein? Did that change? They can Flower Trick now, right? So that's some interesting tech to not go Protein, and the other one's Overgrow, so that you still get stabbed between the two. So, kind of cool. But now we just end up where we were initially with the Corviknight and this whole schmozzle. So we can Iron Defense. We avoid the triple axle. So we get one body press. Let's make it count. And then we can try Brave Birding. Triple axle misses again. Oh, that is most unfortunate for them. Because now we are at +4. And is that going to be enough? Or does it matter? We can roost. Let's roost so that we don't lose. Knockoff gets our shed shell. They're going to be like, what? What's that? Why was it on that? But we get our health back. And we get one more Iron Defense. And then we will Body Press. And they've just fully let us do this. Which is a bit weird. Because they have every opportunity to swap into Corviknight. And this is setting our Corviknight up to Body Press theirs when it comes time. Because it should be on a little bit of life. Okay, now we start Brave Birding and Roosting. But they could, here we go. That is insubstantial damage. So let's see what a Brave Bird can do. Plop. Oh, that's big damage. And they are scarfed. So now we just, I'd ideally like to Body Press for win, but we only got one Body Press left, so we kind of got to make it count. So let's Roost, because they're going to sit here triple axling. So with one now, Roost again. It's a really annoying encounter, but we have navigated it successfully. Good job. But yeah, they have every opportunity to switch here, and they have chosen not to, which is going to be their downfall, because Brave Bird will pick up the KO here. We have 1 +6 Body Press left against them. So actually, we're up against the speed tie, really. Are they going to hang around? If you've gone this far into an encounter, you may as well see where it leads you, right? So they're going to spend a bit of time iron defending. getting their defenses back up. Oop. Oh, that's big damage. So, yeah, we can't do that anymore. There's no benefit to us doing that anymore because we're already at +6. We got some Roost and some Brave Birds to go. So, yeah, with their last move, I don't know why they're hanging around at this point because all you've got is U-turn. But if they want to hang around, because we just disable everything they have, whatever they've got left, if they've got PP left for it. 4%. Rock on. Yeah, which means we don't take a lot of recoil damage because we don't do a lot of damage. And the damage that we do just gets leftovers back anyway. So that's what I mean, so they've got Iron Defense, Roost, which we can disable. Body Press does nothing to Gengar. So all they're going to be doing is spamming U-turn against us in the late game. I guess there's no difference. The only difference to switching to Gengar now, I guess, is I'm at the moment burning through their PP. And if I have to do that on Gengar, I'm burning through our Disable PP and Shadow Ball PP. And yeah, if they'd have done this sooner with the Meowscarada, it would have spiced things up heaps, because then we would have been switching and switching. But they just let Meowscarada go down, which is unfortunate. But we are actually running out of Roost, so maybe they'll be able to KO us. But if we eat up all their PP, all they can do against us is struggle. Which I guess is actually maybe does more damage. So let's cover for that and switch now. Because they're not going to, if they do Roost eventually, we can disable it. And then we should be able to clean up and might actually be able to wrap this game up. Look out. I think we're already at either 12 minutes or 22 minutes. Yeah. Why did they wait that long? I don't know. Anyway. GG. Alright, we'll try and squeeze one more game in, because usually they're not that long, but that was super annoying. And I don't really want to leave on a battle like that. And if you've fast forwarded past the Corviknight Shamozzle, welcome back. We're on our last opponent for the day. The theory from here is we take the feedback from here and we will feed it back into Claude and we will see what updates it makes. However, we're on our last opponent. They have Sinistra, Ceruledge, so they've also got Aerodactyl, Hippowdon, Azumarill and Raichu. So they've got a few potential leads here. They could very much lead with the Azumarill. Or they've got a few good choices. But what are we going to do? I don't think they're going to lead with Sinistra. But they could lead with Raichu. Oh, I don't know what to do. Yeah. I'm a bit lost because they've got a few good leads there that they could do, but I think we're just going to Hippowdon lead and Garchomp Gengar. I'm not sure King Gambit is a good option here. Primarina, no, and neither is Corviknight, so let us go with what we've gone with and pray to the RNGesus. If they lead Azumarill, they are an Azumarill admirer. We're going to be in a bit of tricky situation. But they actually lead with Sinistra. Not something I was wholesomely expecting. That has knocked me for 6. So we'll take this opportunity to set up Stealth Rock. They could Machigacha, and they do. Oh, that's big damage. And they get the burn. Man, we're going to end this on a status unfortunate, which is annoying, but we're not going to survive another Machigacha. So that's what they're likely to do. They're back at full. That did over 200 damage, and our leftovers is negated by the burn. We can swap to Garchomp, but we're not overly threatening them on a Garchomp. So I think a Machigacha... Yeah, let's get Gengar in. Because yeah, I'm expecting them to Machigacha again, unless they... I don't think I've encountered enough Sinistras to know what's going to happen. So I don't want to disable the Machigacha. It's at full hit points. I think I just want to try and Shadow Ball it, but I don't think that's going to KO it. I'm not 100% sure if Sinistra can KO Mega Gengar. So we get at least Shadow Ball off. Oh yeah, was that a crit? No, just see you later. So we got Stealth Rock up. Our Hippowdon took a bit of a beating, but we've got rid of the Sinistra with Stealth Rock going. So now it's Raichu. Raichu takes a bit. I think we just swap back into the Hippowdon. If they try and Zap Cannon us here, this covers for that. If they do anything else, then Hippowdon's already gone. They could Volt Tackle here and set up Electric Terrain, but they are the special Raichu. So expecting a Zap Cannon here, although if they Trailblaze now, that is bad for us. Ooh. Oh no, they are likely to be Grass Knot, not Trailblaze. Although if they do Trailblaze, we're in trouble. So let's try and Whirlwind. They do Grass Knot. It will KO, but they didn't Trailblaze, so they don't get a speed bonus. So our Garchomp can come in for free now and clean up the Raichu. Assuming they don't have any ground immune things in the back. They've got Aerodactyl. Let's see if they brought Aerodactyl. One way to find out. Because yeah, Earthquake from 80% KOs that. So no Aerodactyl. They were obviously expecting to be faster then. But Choice Scuff Garchomp comes in. Ooh, it's Cerulege. So there goes the Focus Sash. And we just KO now. GG. Alright, we were off to a pretty shaky start at the beginning. But OHKOing Sinistra was just the fall. Because then, yeah, Garchomp Earthquake cleanup really didn't Gengar do much. Oh, sorry, Hippowdon really didn't do much, although the Stealth Rock was useful. So either way, we will wrap it up there on a win. We had a very slow battle against the Corviknight. Those are unavoidable when you're ladder climbing. So I hope you have enjoyed. I'll take the feedback of this team back to Claude and we'll make some adjustments and we'll be back tomorrow. So if you're enjoying this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the channel and I appreciate your support. Otherwise, until next time, take care and enjoy. Thank you.